ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rock or Not, America's favorite number one and the world, America's favorite number one game show. My name is Connor Farrell. I'm talking about Arctic Monkeys. Who the fuck's Arctic Monkeys? I'll do answers. The one is alright, the other one's a scary. His way, her way, and no totalitarian. Here are the top 10 songs that I picked in terms of catchiness that I think for Arctic Monkeys. Now, when people say, does a band rock or not? They can mean a couple different things about that. So we're going to go over a couple of those different things. It's the catalog. How much does the catalog rock or not? And is the catalog mostly good, mostly bad? David Bowie's catalog is mostly bad, but he still has a lot of hits. So what's there? Is David Bowie good or bad? Depends if you think average catalog quality is how you define good or bad. Or genre, right? Because this is kind of the music matrix. How catchy something is. We first look at how much energy it has. If it has a certain amount of energy, low, it's either indie, jazz, blues, country, etc. If it has medium energy, medium to high, it's punk. If it has super high energy, it's called metal. And then if it gets catchy enough, these things either become rock or pop, or they become everything kind of adds as you go up to rock. Now, where does Arctic Monkeys land? Where does Arctic Monkeys land? And also, when you say catchiness, I get energy. Like, that makes sense. But how do you say catchiness, right? And so, oh my God, sticking to itself. I need to wash these sheets. That's an infantile joke. But I'm keeping it in like the way I got those sheets sticky in the first place. Keeping it in the video. And so here's what happens. Hey, Vsauce, Michael here. No. Okay, so this is predictability as it tends to capture catchiness. Catchiness is determined by a lot of things, but the big disqualifier, I think, is predictability. If something is super corny, it's super predictable, it ends up being a Joe Bonamassa song or like really bad music that you don't even call pop anymore. When people say bad pop music, either it's because they don't like low-energy pop music, or because they've got some ideological thing like there's no talent involved, or they just think it's not good because it's so formulaic. This is the formulaic zone between corny and balanced predictability. Here is the quirky zone in between incoherent, like the entire Mars Volta catalog, and zany, which is, and so here's the thing, perfectly balanced song, Back in Black by AC/DC. Very, by the road, very zany song, Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. A song that's right in the sweet spot, a little more zany, but not Bohemian Rhapsody zany, and a little more formulaic, but not completely formulaic, would be Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses. And so anything in this money zone between balanced and zany, including the sweet spot, it doesn't guarantee if your song is in here, it doesn't guarantee that it's going to be a smash hit. But it's the only place these smash hits do occur, is up here. You get hits, you get deep cuts, and you get duds there too. But you don't really get hits or B-sides if it's completely incoherent or completely corny. And as it gets better, the opportunity to actually reach that spot becomes feasible. Now, different songs, of course, land in different parts. There's a lot of B-sides from Arctic Monkeys that tend to go zany and or quirky. And there's a lot of stuff on, what's that one album? Humbug. That ends up being formulaic. And quirky at the same time, but not in a way that balances to being good. Because that's the thing is, a lot of stuff on Humbug is either just like, this is quirky and interesting, and it's kind of boring and predictable. So it averages out, and this is the average predictability of all the things that you're kind of hearing, a weighted average of that guitar is really boring, but the structure is really quirky and the lyrics are crazy. It averages out to being in the middle, right? If you can think, I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby, by that band Wheatus, okay? They end up being averaged somewhere here because the elements are, they average out. But, Sketchhead is all the way over here. Humbug songs tend to be like in the middle, but not, they tend to be here. They tend to not go up to the hit range at all. I met your sister in the cornerstone on the front with the middleman. She was standing there on her own. And I thought I might understand when she was close. So close that the walls were wrecked. I loaded out an extra set. No, you can't call me a name. So tell me where's your hiding place? I love everyone. I'm feeling, I'm talking on a long way home. Frick, I can't remember the freaking words. Cornerstone. I'll make the six drum a cornerstone on the front with the middle line. She was standing there on her own. Oh, you guys are probably all like, "Are you mine?" And I'm sitting over here, and you're like, "That's nasally too. I don't even want to hear that, Connor. Don't do that." It's like, who cares? Gun show. You're watching my video. Who cares? Now, let's see. Okay, here's where I'm going to rank the catalog. This is not about how good it is. This is kind of the David Bowie thing I was talking about. A lot of hits, but relatively mostly duds over the catalog, right? And so if you look at the average quality of David Bowie's catalog, it's garbage, right? If you look at the average quality of Weezer's catalog, it's unremarkable. It's B-sides, it's songs that are okay, but really, Weezer has either bad music or incredible music. Same with Queen, right? A lot of Queen songs are completely incoherent and they become duds, right? There's bands like Faith No More. Yeah, I want it all, but you can have it. What is it? That song is amazing, and they have like 3 more amazing songs, and the rest is horrible. Same with Chicago. I like Chicago, but once again, Heart. Maybe I'm putting you prematurely. I haven't listened to the whole Heart catalog, but honestly, because most of it's friggin' B-sides, and I'm assuming duds. Now, I put things like Frank Zappa, Motorhead, Slayer that are beloved by fans here, but have no hits really, so to speak, or no songs that are catchy enough to be hits. They're either too weird, you know what I mean? They're too zany, or they're too formulaic, but still off-putting. Like Motorhead and Slayer are kind of like very balanced, or this is very balanced. Slayer's a little out there, right? So they bounce to being kind of in the sweet spot, but none of the songs, like Slayer has like, I don't know, it's very, But anyways, where do I put Arctic Monkeys? Who the fuck's Arctic Monkeys? The only bad album. Okay, so let's think about it. First album is all hit quality songs and or B-side quality songs. They're really good, right? Second album, same thing. I put it a little bit lower, but still pretty much in that range. Then you get a little bit of Humbug, which is like B-sides. It's good, but it's all B-sides. There's no duds on there. Then Suck It and See is like kind of dud to hit. It's still B-side. So you've got 2 kind of taking up the hit spot, 2 taking up the B-side spot. Then you get AM, which just does boom, hits, fills in the whole top here. Lower energy, so less rocky, a little more poppy, going down on that master chart. You're going to see the music matrix, but they end up about there, right? And so then you've got Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino, which tends to be kind of flat, not really many duds, but a little bit. And then The Car is just a record full of duds. None of that's good. None of that's good. None of that's good at all. So I say they're a classic catalog. So if I had to draw it, frick, that didn't work. Holy frick. Rick the stick. Okay, let's see. I'm going like that. Now we get to the most interesting part. This is another place where you lose people and people go, I disagree, I agree. And so this is from the last one. Green means fantastic, amazing. Red means you suck at it. Yellow means fine. Kind of not really remarkable. So historical impact, highest selling British band of all time. Let's just take some from over here. Present impact, same exact thing. Aesthetics, good. Stage design, incredible. Outfits, great. Logos, I would say great. Merch, I'll give you a yellow. Themes are pretty consistent. 6 in, and I'm around 2. Coming up an R and or 8, and I'll get one with you. They won't let us have 6 in, especially not with the food. Could have just told us no, though. It didn't have to be rude. See, and the green just standing at the bar. I can mess around £2.50, only had about a yard. Don't you see she was gorgeous? Oh, she was beyond belief. With his man at the side, drinking his Smirnoff Ice, paid for her tropical reef. And I'm going backwards, and I didn't want to leave. That is like Green State, but at Hillsborough, please. It's like Green, via Hillsborough. I think green, so they're green over here. They're pretty obvious. They're pretty much all green. It's not even worth saying what things are like mid, because it's all really good. So, hence why, when a band has all green, or all green and yellow, or all red and yellow, there is no controversy. Everyone's like, okay, if you care about musicianship, well, they're really talented at it. They get a green. If you care about songs and songwriting and how many songs they have that are good, they're in the green. If you care about guitar solos, you care about riffs, you care about like they're in the green. If you care about the cultural, the brand, the impact, Arctic Monkeys in their green. This is people say for movies, 4-quadrant film they used to talking about a big summer blockbuster like Jurassic Park. Well, there's action in it for the guys, like the super manly guys. There's comedy in it for like everyone. There's like a love story in it for like the gals. And there's like big fun things for kids. And so you're like 4 quadrants, everyone's gonna like it. This is the same thing here. This is a 3-quadrant friggin' band. And so they get excellent, 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 which means they're going to have low controversy. No one's really arguing that they're a bad band. Their brand is amazing. Their songs are amazing. Their musicianship is amazing. And so now, this is where we get to the interesting part. And we get to the end of the video. End of video. Show me the value I say today. But I'm down on my knees again. Tell me if you can see that. Now, Arctic Monkeys. Let's see what songs now I put in the top 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say based off the top 10. But honestly, if you did it based off the top 5, or you did it based off of the entire catalog averaged, right? Or if you did a weighted average, whatever you do, you're going to get the same because they are one of these catalogs. If you look at their catalog, they're one of these bands where it's all mostly good. There's the same amount, if not more, hit quality songs than B-sides and deep cuts combined. They have an insane amount of good music. And even the stuff that's not a like total hit is really much on the higher end of B-sides and deep cuts than most bands. It's really astonishing. And so their average level of quality and catchiness is it's in the hit zone. So they're always going to be in the pop and or rock zone. Now that they start, I'm going to say they're probably in the indie punk in terms of energy range, right? And let's see if our numbers here corroborate that. Now let's go over the songs real quick. We got Are You Mine? We got I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor. We got All About Love. We got He's Getting the Fishnets. Brian Tom Oxford Not Trying. It's so kind of you to bless us with your everlastingness. It's so strange and comfortless. And I wonder how you put it asunder. And the t-shirt and size combination. See like an innovator. And then you will want to know. And then oh, why'd you only call me when you're high? And then that said he changes when the sun goes down over the river and out to town around here. And then fake tips, you're not from San Francisco, you're from Hunter's Bar. I don't quite know the distance, but I'm sure that's far. Yeah, I'm sure that's pretty far. So yeah, I'll go and tell you all my problem. You're not from New York City, you're from Rotterdam. Anyway, so 9.1 on catchiness. They're incredibly catchy on average. Going blah, 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 blah. And then where do they? I said 6.3 on energy. And I think, once again, this is starting to line up. Are they around the indie range sometimes on the lower energy records? For sure. Do they ever really pop up to metal? No. So it makes sense that they're kind of in the punk zone between 8 and 5, but they've got the energy of punk and indie. They're kind of closer to indie than they are to metal in terms of energy. And then they're so catchy on these top songs especially. I'd say in general, Arctic Monkeys tends to be around here with all the records, but they're right in the spot. And you see a lot of big bands that are big, they tend to be around here, right? But yeah, so if I were to put them on the chart, what did I say? 9 and 6.3. Boom, what do you think? Agree, disagree, let me in the comments below. Let me know in the comments below. Here's my chart. Here's my top 10 songs. If you agree, disagree, let me know in the comment below. My band's about to play in the outro to this video. We're called Black Licorice. If you like the White Stripes, Arctic Monkeys, go listen to Down the Drain. That was my attempt of a rip-off Arctic Monkeys song, first album. It sounds like it. Anyways, if you like this video, you like more, you like rock music, follow here. And let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video. I did one on Slipknot and Queens of the Stone Age. I think the next one I'm doing is Blur. And then we get the White Stripes. We're probably going to do Franz Ferdinand. We're probably going to do Muse. We're probably going to, like, there's a lot of these. Anyways, but stick around. Tell me what you like to see on the chart next time. Okay, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!